Hello everyone, I am Abhishek Parmar. Today I am going to discuss the strategy regarding Civil Services Preliminary Exam. Clearing exam is like a battle. Battle not in the sense that if you have failed, everything is lost. But battle in the sense that as battles require strategy and planning, the same way clearing exam also requires planning and strategy. Now there is a perception or assumption that UPSC can ask anything under the sun. But again, we should not read in a way keeping this thing in mind that we have to read each and everything under the sun. This exam is about relative competition. You have to beat the others and just qualify the cutoff. You are not going to get rank 1 in clearing the prelim exam. So you have to just beat the others and just pass from the or just get off from the cutoff mark. And just to show that how you can move ahead or go ahead, I want to take some examples of our data. So if you see the last 3 years prelims cutoff, in 2018 it was 98, in 2019 again it stood to 98, in 2020 it was 92.51, and all of us know that prelim exam cutoff is based on GS paper which has 100 questions, each of 2 marks, meaning these marks are out of 200 marks. So we have to, again just I am repeating that this cutoff are based on general studies, and general studies has 100 questions, each of 2 marks, so total 200 marks. And out of these 200 marks, you have to get to this level to clear the exam. So this is the data. Now, even the toppers, the best among the best, they can hardly and confirmly can correct 40 questions. Maybe some exceptional might be going to 45. So the problem is that if you just score or attempt 40 questions because you know it correctly, then also you'll get 80 marks, even if you're not committing a mistake. But the cutoff level will hover around 100. So we have to attempt more. And the moment we will attempt more, going beyond our comfort level, going beyond that level that it is not 100% sure that if I'm taking this option, I'm not 100% sure. Then what matters, what counts is degree of correctness. कि कितना अंदाज से करें कि वो सही हो जाए. That is what degree of correctness. So some people may attempt 70 questions and doing 10 wrong and ultimately qualifying the exam. And some people may be attempting 80 questions and then doing 60 correct and 20 wrong. For example, suppose I am taking an example of 80 questions. So if you are attempting 80 questions, is it clear? If you are attempting 80 questions, out of 80 questions, 60 questions are correct, C for correct, and minus 20 questions because of wrong. You will reach to a safer side, 106 marks. You can calculate and do the arithmetics. If you are attempting again 80 questions and doing 58 correct and 22 wrong, then your score will be somewhere around 101, even slightly better. And in case if you attempted 80 questions and did 55 correct and 25 wrong, W wrong, then what will happen? You will be somewhere around 93.5. You please do the calculation, you will get it. Because 1/3 of the question is negative marking. Okay, negative marking meaning 0.66 marks will be deducted. So if you have to be on a safer side, you have to keep this thing in mind. This can be an optimum score, 106. To relax, and after relaxing 1 day after the prelim exam, you can prepare for the mains. So this particular video I have thought of simply because we are just left with 4 months. And strategy or planning becomes more important when we are facing constraint of time. Now the second explanation which I can provide for a better understanding, that theme which I said to you that earlier, that anything can be asked under the sun. Every year you appear in the exam, you will find what I say. Suppose these are two circles. Okay. These are two circles. One is C2, another is C1. Okay. Is that clear? 75 questions roughly, approximately. Say I am placing it here, and 25 questions I am placing it here. Is that clear? Now 75 questions, these set of questions are those questions which I say easy or a mix of moderately tough. But these questions, 25 questions in the C2, they are difficult. So these 25 questions are a bunch of questions which can be a possibility that there can be two questions from culture, one question from economy, another question from polity, but they are all very difficult questions. A person's selection or qualification is dependent upon the C1, meaning those questions where maximum students will attempt and will score better. So our effort should not be directed. Our effort should not be directed in these set of questions, because there is very remote possibility that we can do good. Just to elaborate it further, for example, in most of the bookshops, if you are not in Delhi, if you are in Delhi, the favorite place where UPSC preparation is being done is the old Rajendra Nagar or Karol Bagh. And if you are not in Delhi, that's a different thing. You can get the bookshops, okay, in your own cities. You move to any of the bookshop, the most important book list for history, if you research, you'll find there are 5-6 books for history for your, you can say, your exam. I'm naming Ramchand Pradhan, From Raj to Swaraj, Sumit Sarkar, Shekhar Bandyopadhyay, B.L. Grover, India's Struggle for Independence. These are the 5 best books and the standard books. I'm not talking about the guide. But if you read about all these books, you cannot know who were all signatories or all those people who were involved in the signing of the Pune Pact. Pune Pact was in September 1932. Most of the books just mention 2-3 names. Madan Mohan Malvi, M.C. Raja and Ambedkar. M.C. Raja was a Dalit leader from Madras. But suppose if a question comes in UPSC next year, that is 2022 itself, who among the following were not involved in signing of the Pune Pact? And options are given like Madan Mohan Malvi, C. Rajgopalachari, Rajendra Prasad, R. Srinivasan, G. A. Gavai, B. R. Ambedkar, M.C. Raja. How many of you know this? All were involved in signing. And the first person to sign was Madan Mohan Malvi on behalf of Gandhi. Gandhi did not even sign. Okay, he had the backing. He had given the backing to Malvi ji. So what I mean to say, at no point of time a student can do, or last year, meaning 2021, 10th October, the exam was held. There was a question on Madan Palle or songs from prison. These are difficult questions, but in the same paper you will find questions like INA officers who had been tried in the Red Fort. So what I mean to say, we have to concentrate on these set of questions where probability to score will be maximum, not on those questions which are extremely difficult. Are you getting point? So this way you can move ahead. Now coming to the next topic, next thing, book list. What all we need to read. See, regarding the sources or the book list, I will give you a very simple explanation. Okay. I am classifying all the books. Into 2 categories: basics, fundamentals, fundamental books, and here advanced. Advanced. Are you getting point? So suppose I am telling you from the domain, from the GS part, history. So in basics we will be reading 11th and 12th NCERT. 11th and 12th NCERT. So in 11th there is an NCERT of Ancient India by R.S. Sharma and Medieval India by Satish Chandra. Is it okay? R.S. Sharma, this is by R.S. Sharma and this is by Satish Chandra. And 12th NCERT will be Bipan Chandra. Bipan Chandra, Modern India. This is for modern. And there is one more thing which is required, that is what? The culture part. But for the culture part you read the new NCERT and Introduction to Fine Arts. Culture cannot be studied without having a sound knowledge of ancient and medieval. So first of all develop command over the ancient and the medieval part, and in this book, this particular book precisely, you must read 3rd, 11 and 17. These are the chapters which are the most important one. You have to read it multiple times. If you have done with this, then move to the advanced. So in advanced you can read for ancient India, Oxford published R.S. Sharma. Is that clear? Oxford publication, R.S. Sharma. For medieval, I believe that you read it the same book multiple times. That will be good enough. For modern, you can read India's Struggle for Independence. India's Struggle for Independence. Clear? Similarly, if you see the polity part, so in the polity part again, basics and advanced. So basic is the 11th NCERT. New one, the title is Indian Constitution at Work. I am writing Indian Constitution at Work. Once you have done this, then you can read Lakshmikant. Similarly, you have to proceed. For example, geography, 11th, 12th NCERTs. The basic part will be 11th, 12th NCERT geography, plus the advanced part for geography, the NCERTs. And for advanced part you can read G.C. Leong. And geography should always be studied with the help of map, atlas. And you can purchase 2 atlas, Oxford School Atlas or Orient Black Swan, any of the atlas, Orient Black Swan. And just flip through the pages, you can see anything. Like say for example, whenever you are relaxed, just give 15 minutes, either in the morning or when you are sleeping or going to bed. Just before that 15-20 minutes, you just flip through the pages. For example, you just concentrated on Europe. So you think over it, just see the continent of Europe and start from Spain. So if you find Spain, left hand side you will find Portugal. Then above it is France. Then beyond it is Germany. And where the borders are touching, you will find Luxembourg, Belgium, Netherlands. And below that Spain, you will find that African continent. So if you see the daily basis, gradually you will be able to remember. Later I will tell you more about the atlas part, but after some time. So history done, polity done, geography done, economy. Economy is more about the current part, and 12th class macroeconomy you can read. Indian economic development, I feel it is more for a proper understanding, 11th class NCERT, Indian economic development. But 12th class macroeconomy is relevant for the prelims part. Then coming to the science and technology part or the science part. So for the science, 8th to 10th NCERT, 8 to 10th NCERTs, and specifically biology part, for biology you can read 11th and 12th NCERTs also. 12th NCERTs also. Except history part, all these NCERTs you can read the new one only, except history. Even culture also new NCERT. And in biology, there is a particular unit called on ecology. You can prepare the environment topic from ecology also, from that unit also. So, history, polity, geography, economy, science. This is done. I hope it is clear. Now, coming to the most important thing, that is current affairs. Is it okay? Current affairs. We are left with 4 months prelims before, okay? We have time, just 4 months. If you have not cleared prelims earlier, or if it is going to be your first attempt, stick to news. Just read the news. Be alert, apply common sense, forget about the editorial's opinion page. I have seen so many people just read the editorial for the sake of reading. They even do not understand what is written in the article. अगर आपका टारगेट प्रीलिम्स है तो आप सिर्फ न्यूज पढ़िए. अब जब न्यूज पढ़ते हैं तो पढ़ना कैसे, या करंट के साथ लिंकेज कैसे. जैसे सपोज फॉर एग्जांपल पॉलिटी में अगर आप देखो तो यू नो देयर आर गोइंग टू बी इलेक्शंस इन द states of UP, Punjab. So, election is going to happen. So, when you are reading, read in detail election commission. Be alert that which article provides for election commission, how is the chief election commissioner appointed, whether he can take a job after the retirement of being election commissioner. All such kind of things, detail which article and all. And we tend to overlook. You also see maybe UPSC can ask, on the one side there will be column UP, Punjab, Manipur, and on the other seats legislative assembly seats. Legislative assembly seats will be there. You have to match that UP has 403 seats or something like that. So this way you can do the polity part, the current affairs of the polity part. As I just told you about the map, recently when I'm you can say speaking to you, I'm telling to you there are 2 countries which are in news. One is Burkina Faso in Africa, because a coup had taken place, and another is Ukraine, and that is reviving the old war between the Western power bloc and Russia. So when you are reading the map, concentrate where Ukraine is, whether it touches Black Sea or not, which country is lying north to Ukraine, which country is south, which all countries share the border with Ukraine. Same thing applies for Burkina Faso in Africa also. The northern country is Mali. Clear? So this way you have to be alert, you have to be, you can say apply common sense and just read the newspaper, stick to the news, forget about the opinion page. You are worried about your mains? I know. But see, there are many people who are doing research in the current affairs. They will publish magazines, and if you are reading the newspaper, you have some idea that yes, which countries were in news, what was going on in Ukraine or NATO. Am I right? So when you are after the prelim exam, when you take those magazines, all those things will start reappearing in your mind. You are not cut off from the things happening around the globe or within India. So don't worry regarding that. Don't worry at all regarding that. Fine? The 4th dimension. All of you, I am requesting to all of you, if you have not qualified prelim exams earlier, and if it is going to be your first attempt, either of the case, there are 2 categories of students. One, who are joining or who had joined some coaching institutes for preparing, and another preparing by your own self. All those students who had joined coaching institutes and classes are going on, they must be busy in attending classes. optional part and the GS part which is relevant for the mains, like ethics, like world history, like social justice or issues, social issues. Attend the classes, go back home, read or revise within half an hour, just read it and leave. Don't be focused more on these areas or even optional. Focus more on prelims. I know you might be meeting the peer group and they would be saying, you can say asking, optional नहीं तैयार है, क्या करोगे prelims के बाद? तुम उनसे पूछो मुस्कुरा के, are you sure you are going to clear prelims? अगर ये इतना ही आसान होता तो टॉपर्स फेल नहीं किए होते प्रीलिम्स में. कई सारे लोग आप पास इंटरव्यू देखो, they could not qualify prelim in the first attempt, and there are people who had taken 2-3 attempts to clear even the prelims. It is very dicey. मैं डरा नहीं रहा हूं, मैं आपको सिर्फ बता रहा हूं, अलर्ट कर रहा हूं कि मान लो आपका बहुत अच्छा सब कुछ तैयारी हो जाता है, बहुत आपने टाइम दिया ही, तैयार हो गया सब, एंड व्हाट इफ यू फेल द प्रीलिम्स पार्ट? It will be very demotivating for you. So the time had come when we should focus on prelims, and I'm not saying don't go to the classes, attend the classes, go back home, revise, just read it within a half hour and switch to the prelims part. Newspaper, not more than 1 hour. 1 hour is sufficient for reading the news. So this way you can move ahead. Fine. Next thing, those who are preparing by their own self. If you are, since you have time, because you are in home, you are not going to the classes. But not going to the classes, you are also missing certain things which might be teachers telling in detail and the important things. So if you are reading, say for example 10 hours, which I find too difficult. For me, I think it is too difficult. Normally a person can read 6, 7, 8 hours. But if you are reading 10 hours, so beyond 8 hours, you can give time to optional or the mains preparation or the mains part. This much hour should be focused for prelims. You must remain focused to that. You have to be confident, you have to score slightly more than the cutoff, because that will give you edge, that will give you a comfortable position where you can start preparing for the mains exam. Fine. Now coming to the mock test. तो कई बच्चे टेस्ट ही छोड़ के भाग जाते हैं, कई बच्चे स्कोर डाउन आता है, डीमोटिवेटिंग होते हैं. ठीक है. डू गिव मॉक टेस्ट, प्रैक्टिस फ्रॉम मॉक टेस्ट, बट मॉक टेस्ट इज नो यार्डस्टिक टू जज who will be in, who will be out. मॉक टेस्ट प्रैक्टिस के लिए है. क्रिकेट में भी तो देखो लोग खेलते हैं, प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, बट ये थोड़ी नहीं कि प्रैक्टिस मैच में कोई 0 पे आउट हो गया तो उधर सेंचुरी नहीं बनाएगा. प्रीलिम एग्जाम में कौन पास करेगा कौन नहीं पास करेगा वो सिर्फ एग्जाम डे के बाद ही पता चलता है. तो डोंट, you can say, live with this impression that if you are doing good in mock test, 100% there is guarantee you will qualify. I have seen so many people who had performed well in mock test but could not pass the prelim exam. तो ये यार्डस्टिक नहीं, ये कोई पैरामीटर नहीं कि आपका बहुत अच्छा मॉक टेस्ट हो गया तो आप परफॉर्म करेंगे ये अच्छा, और बहुत खराब हो गया तो अभी 4 महीने. लड़ाई में तब तक हार नहीं माननी जब तक कि लड़ाई पूरी ना हो जाए. एग्जाम हुआ नहीं है तो अभी कैसे हार मान ले? हारना ही नहीं है, हमें इस स्पिरिट को ये पैदा करना होगा. वी हैव टू जनरेट दिस स्पिरिट. तुम पहले सरेंडर कर दोगे तो पक्का नहीं होगा यार तुम्हारा. सो मॉक टेस्ट को प्रैक्टिस करो, डेली आप क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करो. जो भी बंच बनाओ, 20 क्वेश्चंस का बंच बनाते हो, 30 का बनाते हो, यू डू ऑन अ डेली बेसिस. एंड एट द सेम टाइम when the prelim exam, that is 9:30, अगर हो पाए तो, और किसी टाइम रहा तो भी ठीक है. और अगर आपकी आदत है रात को पढ़ने के लिए तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं. जस्ट 10 to 15 डेज पहले स्लीपिंग साइकिल प्रीलिम एग्जाम के अकॉर्डिंग बदल लेना आप. अगर आपकी रात की पढ़ाई हो रही है तो अच्छी बात है, कंटिन्यू विद दैट. Is it okay? The last thing and the most important, और यहां पे थोड़ा मैं हिंदी में बोलूंगा, रेड से, ये क्या है? फियर। अगर रेड में नहीं दिख रहा है तो व्हाइट मार्कर से बोलता हूं, फियर। सर डर लग रहा है, डरता कौन नहीं? कुछ लोग डर को कंट्रोल कर लेते हैं, कुछ लोग डर से बेहोश हो जाते हैं। जितने पॉलिटिशियंस हैं सब डर रहे हैं किसकी सरकार बनेगी यूपी में। अखिलेश सोच रहे हैं हम ही जीत रहे हैं, योगी सोच रहे हैं हम जीत रहे हैं, सिद्धू कुछ और ही दिमाग में चला रहे होंगे। तो डर सबको लगता है, हमें भी लगता है, तभी तो इंश्योरेंस लिया है। जब पढ़ाई कर रहे थे आपकी तरह तो कहां इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी थी, पता भी नहीं था क्या होता है इंश्योरेंस। हाँ, कभी कभी लगता था अगर मर गए तो लगता था मम्मी पापा का क्या होगा। चलो ठीक है, दो भाई और हैं, देख लेंगे, बोझ ही हल्का होगा। तो डर सबके पास है, तुम अकेले नहीं डर रहे हो। और यूपीएससी एग्जाम की जर्नी में अगर डर है और डर को कम करना है, कुछ नहीं, सोचो नहीं। इफ यू कीप ऑन थिंकिंग अबाउट द फियर फैक्टर विल डोमिनेट। स्टॉप थिंकिंग अबाउट द फियर, स्टॉप थिंकिंग अबाउट लूजिंग। यू वॉन्ट टू किल द फियर फैक्टर? आप चाहते हो कि डर खत्म हो? आप मेरी बात मान लो, जब भी डर लगे बैठ जाओ चेयर टेबल पे, पढ़ने बैठ जाओ। द बेस्ट वे टू किल फियर इज स्टिकिंग द चेयर एंड टेबल। रीड एंड कंप्लीट। इफ यू थिंक योर पॉलिटी हैज नॉट बीन डन, फिक्स इट अ टाइम एंड ऑन ए मिशन बेसिस स्टार्ट रीडिंग। देखना, अगर एक दिन भी आप रात को, जैसे सपोज करो कोई पढ़ता है, आप जिस दिन 10 बजे रात को आफ्टर डिनर इफ यू sat on the chair and studied up to 3 or 4 AM, आप सोओगे तो आपको एक सुकून रहता है, हाँ कुछ पढ़ा है, पार्लियामेंट चैप्टर कंप्लीट हो गया। एंड द मोर यू डिले द फियर फैक्टर विल डोमिनेट। मतलब एग्जाम जैसे पास आएगा तो फियर फैक्टर बढ़ जाएगा। तो फियर फैक्टर को कम करना है तो मैं कहीं ऋतिक रोशन का डायलॉग नहीं दूंगा, डर के आगे जीत है, वो सब तो एडवर्टाइजमेंट टूल्स हैं, चलो चलता रहता है। मैं बस ये कहना चाह रहा हूं कि डर बढ़ रहा है तो आप पढ़ने बैठ जाओ, तुरंत पढ़ने बैठ जाओ बिना कुछ सोचे। बोलो अरे भाई देखेंगे, एग्जाम तो 4 महीने बाद है ना, पढ़ लेंगे, कर लेंगे। इफ यू आर फीलिंग लेजी, wear shoes after dinner and sit on the chair. Don't take quilt or blanket. रजाई मत, जो धोखा देते हैं ना कई बच्चे, पढ़ रहे हैं किताब के साथ ही किताब दब गई, ऐसे नहीं करो। सो फियर फैक्टर को एड्रेस करने के लिए बस एक ही चीज है, एक ही तरीका है, पढ़ने तुरंत बैठ जाओ। एंड डोंट लूज योर होप टिल द टाइम बैटल हैज नॉट बीन फॉट, टिल द टाइम एग्जाम इज नॉट ओवर। और 2 चीजों पे बहुत ध्यान देना आप। मैंने बोला आपको कि वैसे सारे एरियाज, ऑल दोज एरियाज विच इज रिलेवेंट फॉर मेंस, you attend the classes, go back home, just read it in half an hour, switch to the prelims. And mock test is for practice. If you are committing mistakes, आप identify करो ना कि mistakes में अगर गलती हो रही है तो देखो क्या theme एक ही है। Are you committing mistakes more in the chapter parliament or are you committing mistakes more in the Chola kingdom? तो उस content enrichment की जरूरत है आपको, अगर आपको ये theme पे ज्यादा गलती हो रही है। अब देखो आपको साइमन कमीशन पे गलती नहीं हो रही, तो इसका मतलब आपका तैयार है, इस पे मूव करना है। पार्लियामेंट पढ़ो, फिर 2 बार और पढ़ो, चोला किंगडम पढ़ो, 2 बार और पढ़ो। एंड द फाइनल थिंग इज दैट फियर डन, कोई डर वर नहीं है, स्टिक टू द चेयर, यू विल कॉन्कर। और इसके बाद अगर आप कह रहे हो कि सर टॉपर्स कहते हैं 2 महीना पढ़ लो, मैं आपको बस प्यार से कह रहा हूं, ये वीडियो सिर्फ 100 लोगों के लिए नहीं बना है, ये वीडियो उन सारे लोगों के लिए है जो एस्पायर कर रहे हैं और प्रीलिम्स में 12,000 13,000 एट टाइम्स डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द सीट्स दे क्वालिफाई। तो जो लोग कह रहे हैं कि सर टॉपर्स 3 महीने बोल रहे पास कर जा रहे हैं, मैं टॉपर्स को गलत नहीं कह रहा हूं, मैं टॉपर्स के पर्सपेक्टिव की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं, मैं एक जनरल व्यू बता रहा हूं आपको। तभी तो मैंने बोला कि कुछ टॉपर्स तो प्रीलिम्स भी फेल किए। सो फोकस व्हाट आई हैव टोल्ड यू and study in such a way that these 4 months before the exam Whenever you remember in life, तो लगे एक चेहरे पे खुशी आए कि क्या पढ़ाई की थी। और हार जीत तो पार्ट एंड पार्सल ऑफ द लाइफ, कुछ खत्म नहीं हो रहा। ये वो लड़ाई नहीं है कि आप प्रीलिम्स फेल कर गए तो आप जिंदगी खत्म होगी, कुछ नहीं ऐसा है। तो जज्बे के साथ पढ़ाई कीजिए, हिम्मत रखिए, धैर्य रखिए, स्ट्रेटेजिकल होइए एंड रीड द सेम सोर्सेज, लिमिटेड सोर्सेज मल्टीपल टाइम्स। कई बच्चे हमारे पास आते कहते याद नहीं हो रहा। यार याद नहीं होना बहुत कॉमन सी बात है, किसी को जल्दी याद नहीं होता। यू डोंट हैव द राइट टू कंप्लेन इवन दैट यू डोंट रिमेंबर और यू टेंड टू फॉरगेट। हैव यू रेड एनी बुक 5 टाइम्स? पढ़े हो? 6 बार पढ़ो, जिद पकड़ो, बी स्टबर्न कि याद कैसे नहीं होगा। और कोई भी चीज, सपोज फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू आर not able to memorize, if you find Chol, Chair, Pandey are confusing, so make a table. A4 size page आ गया. What all sort of things you tend to forget, make a note. Chola, Chera, Pandya. Founder, Chola, Vijayalaya. तो founder हो गया, capital हो गया, important rulers हो गए. And when you wake up or fix a time that 15 minutes I will read this thing. This table I will read. कितने दिन याद नहीं होगा? 3 दिन, 4 दिन, 5 दिन. And after that, over a period of time, you will feel this principle or this formula will help you to remember each and everything. Is that clear? So this way we can strategize our preparation and can focus for the prelims part, and 4 months are still left and there is sufficient time. Don't lose your hope that you will not be able to qualify. एग्जाम हुआ नहीं, आप पहले से कैसे मान लेते? So that should be the spirit कि हम याद करेंगे, हम पढ़ेंगे, मेहनत करेंगे और जरूर पास करेंगे. Thanks to all of you, and in case if you are having any suggestion, please suggest something. If you need any topic, if you want anything from this channel, I'm always there for you. Thank you. All the best.